Yes, some issues with the internet. Okay, yeah. So now I hope you can see me properly, right? Okay. So electric motor. Now we'll start the electric motor using left hand Fleming's left hand thumb rule. We are going to learn how electric motor does work, how functions. Okay. So here, because of some issues, there was time. So I've written everything, every point. It may be a objective questions or it may be explanation. I've written on the board. You can take a screenshot, guys. Clear? So electric motor. Here you need to study 3 steps. So one is principle, another is construction, third one is working. Okay, principle, construction, third is working, how it does. Okay, so here principle, they used to ask what is the principle of a DC motor. Okay, DC motor means what, guys? Direct current. DC motor means what here? Direct current. They used to ask you the write the principle of a direct current or DC motor or a electric motor. Okay, so what you need to write here, principle is, that is, electric motor is rotating device that converts electrical energy to mechanical energy. Electrical motor is a rotating device. It is a rotating device that converts into electrical energy into mechanical energy. Electrical energy to mechanical energy. I am pressing the word of electrical energy into mechanical energy because next it is going to learn, you are going to learn about the mechanical energy to electrical energy. Okay, in a DC motor, you are going to learn the electrical energy to mechanical energy. Okay, so what is the principle here? Principle is, if current carrying conductor placed near any magnet, that conductor experience force. If current carrying conductor placed near any magnet, that conductor experiences a force here. Okay, so the diagram is very simple here. The diagram is very simple. Okay, let me tell you how to do. Just you have to draw one rectangle and another rectangle, in middle one more rectangle. Okay, in this rectangle you are not going to close this. You are not going to close this. Okay, this is diagram is there in your textbook also, guys, but you get a confused that what is this, and you will forget that from where to the, what is the direction of a current, what are the wire and what are the magnet and everything. So you just need to draw like this, and this is the north side and this is the south side of the magnet here. Okay, next comes here, this is one more rectangle, from here one more rectangle. Okay, here you have a 2 split rings. I will tell you why these 2 split rings are here. Why can't you take a full round ring? Why you must take a split rings? Okay, next here, these are the brushes. These are the carbon brushes. And next here one more rectangle, that is to made of a circuit. Okay, to made for a circuit. This is our diagram here. Very simple diagram. 3 rectangles you drawn here. This you should not close here, and you just take a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 rectangles. First you draw 4 rectangles and you connect these 2 with these split rings. Okay, and circuit. That's it. This is how you need to understand this circuit diagram here. Okay. Next, what you need to do, guys, here? Here you have to place some. Conductor here. Or you can call it as a axle. What do you call this one? Axle. Yeah, right. You can place some axle over here. This is called here axle. Okay. Yeah. Here you give the name of A, B, C and D. A, B, C and D. This is plus and this is minus. And the direction of a current is where here? This one. This is the direction of a current. Okay. Yeah. This is how you need to draw the diagram. See. whenever previous years on all, they used to ask you this for a 5 marks. I don't know this year how they do. Maybe they will ask you the principal and they will ask you the some working, or they will ask you to the diagram to name them like this. So how to draw this one? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 this one rectangles. You are going to connect this through the wire and you are keeping some axle here, and these are the split rings, and this is the circuit. Just you take wire and battery, and this is the key here. Understood? So how you need to do here? This is the construction here. Okay. So what are the parts of the magnets here? Motor here, DC motor, magnets, and then armature, coil, axle, split ring, brushes, and the electric circuit. These are the parts here. Okay. Next comes here working. Next, what comes here? Working. How it works. Okay. These two are here magnets. Okay. Here, this is the split ring, and this is the axle, and this is the circuit, battery, and key. Okay. When you start the current flowing through in this circuit, what happens? Here, this current is going in this direction, and it goes in this direction. It goes here, and it goes to the brushes. That is carbon brushes, and it goes here to the split ring. And it goes here to the split ring, and it goes to the point A to B, B to C, C to D, and like this. Clear? Now, what happens next when it goes to the point AB? What happens next here? What happens next here? Here, you have to use the Fleming's left hand rule here. You have to use the Fleming's left hand rule like this. Okay. Yeah. Fleming's left hand rule. Here, this is the direction of a current. This is the direction of a current. Okay. So, here one magnet is there, here another magnet is there. So, obviously, the magnetic field lines will be like this from north to south here. Clear. So, what happens here? Here, what happens, guys? This is the magnetic field line, and this is the current. And yeah, what happens here? Like this, you have to hold your hand. So when it comes here, the force is downwards here. It goes still here, and force comes back here. It goes still here, and force comes back here. The same thing. When it goes to here, it happens the same thing with this also. The same thing happening with this also. It means here, it will not go one full round. It will not go one full round. But current is flowing from battery to X, that brushes, then split rings, then AB to the BC and CD, and brushes, it will come back to this one. The current is going from the battery to brushes to point A to B, C, D, and again carbon brushes, and come back to the battery here. Clear? So, in this, here, we are having the split ring here. Why you are having a split ring? Because this should rotate like this in a clockwise direction. It should rotate like this clockwise direction. If there is no split this, you have a circle like this. What happens, guys? When it comes current here, it will go directly like this, no? It might rotate like this, or it might rotate like this. Okay? If think that if your fan is, see, the way the current is, buttons are there, switch on the buttons, buttons are there, that is the electric power. You are supplying electricity to here mechanical energy. So, that is DC motor, direct current from here to here. Example, you can take a fan, right? So, that is the electric current. When it comes to the fan, that will become a mechanical energy. Isn't it? So what happens when you don't have a split rings in this? What happens? The fan will rotate like this and like this, like this and like this. You will get air or what? You won't get any air, no? That should be like a anti-clockwise. That should be like anti-clockwise. Yeah, anti-clockwise only, no? Yeah. So this is because of the split ring is there. Clear? This is about the working of the DC motor here. So next comes here, you get some questions like, in this DC motor, what are the parts of DC motor rotates and what are the parts of a DC motors are do not rotate here? Okay. So which part rotates in a DC motor? That is called here rotor. which part rotates in a DC motor, that is called here rotate. You might get a question like, tell me the rotors in the, tell me what are the rotors in a DC motors. Give me the examples, okay? Or you might get the, what we call for the parts of a DC motor which rotates. Rotates, rotor. Okay, I have written here, you can take the screenshot also. Which part rotates in a DC motor called rotors that are axle, armature, coil, split rings. Obviously, this split rings rotates, no? Yes or no? This rotates and this also rotates. This is armature, this also rotates, and this brushes also, not brushes, sorry. And this split ring and this axle also must rotate, right? These are called here rotors in the DC motor because they rotate. Because they rotate. If the split ring fixed like this, then how you will this fan runs? How the fan do functions? It doesn't, right? So these are the rotating things in the DC motor. Next comes here what? Stators. Next comes here what? Stators. What are the, which part in a DC motor do not rotate? Which part in a DC motor means here that stands stationary. That will be stationary. They don't move. They don't move. That is called here stators. The example is magnets and the brushes. These brushes and these two magnets are example for a stators because they don't move. They are stationary. They don't move. They are stationary. Understood my point, children? And this is about the DC motor. You have to write first principle and parts of the DC motor and the diagram. Diagram is very easy. Don't get confused. Okay, don't get confused. Okay, next here you have to label them and you have to write a working. It is for a 2 marks or 5 marks question. If you are having questions like objective questions, you might get such questions in this. Clear? So if you want to write very neatly, if you want to take out of marks, means you have to write before before you write the principle of this DC motor, you must write in this rotating DC motor, electric motor is rotating device. Electric motor is a rotating device that is going to convert electrical energy into mechanical energy. First you have to write the electric motor is a rotating device which is going to convert into electrical energy into the mechanical energy. Okay, so here after that you have to write if current carrying conductor placed near any magnet, that conductor experiences force. This is about the principle. Understood? These are the parts. And how you will draw this one? You have to keep it in your mind. You are going to draw 5 rectangles. Okay. In that 5 rectangles, the size you have to remember. Don't draw big rectangle and answer that 5 rectangles. You are connecting them wherever you want. No, nothing like that. So you have to draw like this. Just you have to keep it in your mind. So I am telling you rectangle. So if, otherwise, no, according to textbook, if you go once, you will not remember the diagram properly, I think. So I am saying that one. So this is how you need to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 rectangles, and here split ring. You are going to connect this wire into the split ring, and this is this is the simple circuit. Clear, guys? Yeah. Next comes here electromagnetic induction. What is here next? Electromagnetic induction. Here till now we learned in this only, in this DC motor only, we learned that. I think you have taken a screenshot now, guys. Yeah. In this, we learned that one. Electric energy is converting into mechanical energy, right? So, what happens when you don't have current at home? If you are going for a theater, if you are going for a mall, if you are going for a big shop and all, no, they will be having some backup. They will be having some backup if there is no current which is coming from the government, right? So what they used to do there at that time? They use the generator, no? Yes or no? They use the generator. What the generator does when it will be on? I mean, generator gets some energy when the electricity is there from electrical energy into some generator stores the energy from electricity when current will be there. Okay, when the power is not there, when the current is there, at that time you will on the generator. Generator means here at that time that will become mechanical energy to electrical energy. What you are learning is electromagnetic induction. In electromagnetic induction, you are learning, you are going to induce the mechanical energy into electrical energy. You are getting the mechanical energy into electrical energy. Clear? So how you are doing that one? By a best example is our generator, isn't it? Best example is a generator. This does a work on a principle of a electromagnetic induction. This does the work on a principle of a electromagnetic induction. Okay, so electromagnetic induction. Clear? Yeah. Electromagnetic induction. Electro means what, children? Electricity. Magnetic means magnet only. Magnet only. Here induction means you are inducing or you are producing. You are inducing. You can say you are producing. Okay. So this is called here EMI. EM and I. Okay, this is what you are doing in this electromagnetic induction. In DC motor, we learned that one. You are going to get the energy. You are going to convert the energy electromagnetic to mechanical energy. Here you are learning mechanical energy into the electromagnetic energy. Simple point. Okay. Now, how we will do this one? I'm going to draw one small diagram. Okay. Just there is no current, guys. Here there is no current. I am going to keep one magnet here. Okay. Tell me what happens. See, if you want to see any experiments, no, we cannot give you any practical, theoretical only. We can explain all the things. No, that is not so convincing comparatively giving the practically. So what you need to, guys, you need to do here. Some app is there in the government app is there. Okay, that is called here PhET simulation. That is called here PhET. If I am not wrong, that is PHET, PhET simulation. Okay. On this app, this is a free one. You can go and check all these experiments. You can go and check all the simulations you can in that. Okay. So yeah, come back to this point. Here what I'm going, and this one, this is invented by Michael Faraday. In a textbook, his picture is there, I think. Yeah, Michael Faraday. He invented this electromagnetic induction. He invented how to convert mechanical energy into electrical energy. Okay. So what I'm doing this experiment, this is also here in this. Clear? So what you need to do here? So you just keep one magnet here. Okay. It is there in your textbook also, guys. Just bear with me if I am not wrong. If I am not properly drawn here. Okay. So here some coil is there and here some compass is there, but here there is no current. Okay. So what we are going to study in this here, is there any changes you can find? Is there any force you can find in between the coil and in between the magnet and coil here if there is no current? If there is no current, can you see any force in between them, magnet and current? What you are learning here? You are learning mechanical energy into electrical energy, right? You are learning that, right? So you need to understand how it works. Okay. So how it works here? I have kept one magnet here and one circuit here. This circuit does not have any current in it. Whether it does work or not, we are going to check here. Okay. So experimentally, you can see that one in the app of PhET here. Okay. If I am not wrong, that spells correct only, PHET. Okay. You can check that. All the simulations you can get very easily. You can understand. Okay. If you want, that is left to you. If you understand like right now here, then that is fair enough. So here in the textbook only they have given. Okay. Is there any, is there any current? Is there any force will be there in between? They experience any force in between them? No, they don't. They don't experience any force if there is no current, if you just kept the stationary form of a magnet and a circuit. There is no current. What you need to do here? You have to change the position of a magnet here. You have to change the position of a magnet. You have to keep wearing the magnet. Then only you can get some experience, some force, some energy in between them. Only this much the theory behind, principle behind this. What is the exact statement here? The statement here, Faraday's law of EMI, electromagnetic induction, states that Faraday's law of EMI means electromagnetic induction states that, you might get this question guys, state that if there is a changing magnetic field, linked to a coil or magnet, okay, if there is a changing or varying magnetic field linked to a conductor, then voltage will be induced in the conductor. If you want, I will write it, okay? You might get this question, guys, okay? So what you need to do here, I'm going to write this. Faraday's law of EMI, electromagnetic induction. What is that? It states that if there is changing magnetic field, if there is changing magnetic field, if there is changing magnetic field linked to a conductor, or you can take a word of coil, link to a conductor, write down with me guys, link to a conductor, then voltage will be induced, means induced in the conductor. Means here, what you need to do here, very simple. If this is the coil and this is the magnet is there, if you kept them very stationary form, then you don't get any force in between them. What you need to do here, you have to move that magnet. Then you can see the energy. Then you can convert to the mechanical to electrical energy. Means here you are moving that one coil, that is a mechanical energy. You will get that one, converting energy, that is become a electrical energy. This is how generator works. This is the generator works, the principle of electromagnetic induction. Clear, guys? You might get this statement asking them what is this, state the Faraday's law of EMI, or you must get, they will give this statement and they will ask you what is this. Okay, keep it in a mind. Understood? Yeah. So this is about the electromagnetic induction. Remaining we'll see in the next class, guys. Another one class, I'm going to complete your portion for this year. I hope what is the explanation I have given from last 4, 5 classes, everything will be cleared. It might help you a little bit. You just read yourself, okay? Be safe. Do the exam better, okay? Another last class, I'm going to take it. In that, I'm going to complete your portion, okay? Take care of yourself, okay? Bye, guys.